Alright everybody, I gotta elaborate some things about Sonic CD. So I just recently made a video about Sonic CD. I just recently made a review. It's right there on my YouTube channel, right there on my YouTube page, right before this video. And you can clearly see it. It's right there. It's right there. It's right flipping there. I probably showed it in the video by now. But I got some things to say. So first of all, I still really like this game. So if you've already watched my Sonic CD review, I gotta go back in a few things I said, or change a few things I said, and there's nothing I can do about it because I gotta admit something or confess. I gotta make some kind of confession. When I was writing the script for this review, it's been a long time since I last played the game, so I didn't really play the game again until after the review was all finished. And I recently played again because I'm going on a Sonic marathon, and so I got some things to say. First of all, I still really like the special stages, and I really admire them. I think they're great, but I don't like the last two. The last two are so frustrating. Special stages 6 and 7 I have real problems with. Last time I played Sonic City, I struggled with them really hard. Really hard. It took me forever to get the 7 and 6 time stone. But damn. Like damn, goddamn. And also, I want to say that the level design works against you sometimes to get to the end of the level. Like if you're just trying to get through the game to finish it and get to the end of the stage, the level design might fight against you sometimes. And Sonic 1 and 2 and 3 don't really do that. Also, I also mentioned that Sonic CD fits at home with Sonic 1, 2, and 3. And that's not 100% true either. It kind of does. It's part of the family. I will say Sonic CD is definitely part of the classic Sonic family. And maybe Knuckles Chaotix is as well. But when you play Sonic 1, 2, and 3 back to back to back, you can tell there's a natural progression with each game and when it does. Like each game offers something new to the table and it progresses in terms of level design and control and other things than the last game did. Well, Sonic CD doesn't really feel like that entirely. It just feels like it's doing its own thing. And you know what? That's A-okay. There's nothing wrong with Sonic CD doing its own thing. But it doesn't quite feel like the same evolutionary ladder as 1, 2, and 3 do. Like 1, 2, and 3 are like triplets, like kind of. Like one was, the one that was probably the most oldest is the best. Like maybe Sonic 3 is like the best triplet. Like they're the smartest. They're like triplets. They all like know what they're doing. And Sonic C is like this younger brother that was born later that loves his brothers. They love him and they all hang out together. But he just isn't as in sync with the other 3 brothers, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. He's just his own brother. He's his own guy, right? And Knuckles Chaotix is kind of he's kind of like their cousin that sees them every now and then, that hangs out with them and gets along with them too. But he's not quite a part of that group, but he's still there. So yeah, it's kind of like that. And then Sonic Mania is like the long lost 4th brother that they never knew about, the 4th twin. That's kind of what Sonic Mania is like. So he just comes out of nowhere 20 years later, and he's like, I'm here. Because Sonic Mania is definitely a progression from Sonic 3, but I still like Sonic 3 more. And I didn't really talk about the boss fights in my Sonic Mania Sonic CD review. I just noticed that. I'm like, oh my god, I totally skipped out on the boss fights. I didn't even think about it. So I think it was my Sonic 1 review. I didn't really talk about them either. They're pretty good in Sonic 1. I like them a lot in Sonic 1. I think they're pretty nice for the most part. My least favorite boss fight is maybe the Spring Yard Zone one, because it's so nerve-wracking when you're fighting that guy, because he can fall off that platform at any time. I just don't like it. The Labyrinth Zone one, I don't mind that much, because I don't like him that much, but it's not that hard to get out of the water if you know what you're doing. But my favorite boss fight in Sonic 1, I'm going back a little bit with my reviews. My favorite boss fight in Sonic 1 is the Starlight Zone 1. The Starlight Zone 1 is my favorite boss fight in the whole game, just because of the setup and how creative it is. You can hit him with either those explosive spike balls or with Sonic himself, and I think that's pretty neat. I think it's pretty cool how it's creative like that. So my favorite boss fights, I like the boss fights in Sonic CD, but my least favorite one I gotta start off with is the one in Collision Chaos. I just hate that one so much. How you have to go up to hit him, and it the level works against you. I'm probably showing you each boss fight, so talking about them right now in the footage. But I'm not a big fan of that boss fight too much. And then I really love the first one. It's super goofy but super easy. And then the Quartz Quadrant one is kind of cool. I'm just trying to talk about ones that I remember. The Tell Tempest one, that one might be my favorite. I don't know, because I like that one a lot. I know you're underwater, but you get you got to get those air bubbles, and then you get the Herobonic as you get more air. I kind of think that was a really cool idea. And then the Quartz Quadrant one is kind of okay or neat, because you're on a treadmill thing, and you gotta get robotic. I kind of like that one. The Metal Sonic, and I didn't talk about the Metal Sonic encounter, and I'm really upset about that. I should have done that, but I didn't. I'm trying to think of what the boss fights I might be missing. Let's see. It goes Palm Tree Panic, Collision Chaos, and then Tidal Tempest, and then Quartz Quadrant, and then what's the 5th level? Is it Wacky Workbench? I think it's Wacky Workbench. What was the boss fight in Wacky Workbench? Oh yeah, that one was cool too. I know. Yeah, you also go up in that one, but it's not like the Collision Chaos one. As you can tell, it's very different. You know, you can actually control. You are on these platforms, and then there's like this electricity and this gravitational pull that pulls you up, and then you hit him. That one might be my favorite one, next to Tidal Tempest. And then the Metal Sonic boss fight was awesome. And then the final boss is kind of, he's alright, he's not that bad. But for the 2011 remake, I forgot all about this. Shout out to Cybershell for mentioning this in his video. Watch his videos again. And man, you gotta come back for YouTube eventually. But anyway, shout out to Cybershell. He mentioned this, that Christian Whitehead wanted to do an extra final boss for Sonic CD when you click all the time stones. That would have been great because, like, you know, you don't really get much benefit out of getting all the time stones. Now, there is one thing you do get out of it. After you get all 7 time stones, every time you go to a good future, everything is great. Like, there's no enemies. There's no enemies. There's still level hazards, but there's no enemies, and everything feels just nice and peaceful and awesome. There's at least that. Like, you don't get some kind of transformation or some kind of like power up, but you do get that kind of good feel when you go to like the future in the game, and that's something. That's neat, because I was playing Wacky Workbench in the good future and Metallic Madness, because I haven't seen Metallic Madness, and I was like, oh my god, this is fucking beautiful when I saw it. Oh, did I just say the F? I don't know if I did. I'm sorry if I swear, because I'm trying to make these Sonic videos family friendly as possible, because it's Sonic the Hedgehog and he is a very family friendly iconic character. But if I curse, I curse. I don't mean to. It's not like I mean to. I'm just saying, like, if it happens, don't get your, like, you know, panties in or something. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to. It's just, if it happens, it happens. I'm sorry. Anyways, so for that, yeah, I was gonna talk about what was it? Oh yeah, right, Metallic Madness. That was great. And overall, I really like Sonic CD. It's great, but not as. That's really all I wanted to say. Like, that's just it. Like, I was 100% being honest with myself with the review. Not as much as I realized, though. Like, this is the thing about video games, you know, and things of art in general. Like, you're gonna remember something in a certain way, and if you go back to it, you might feel different about it, and that's okay. Opinions, minds, they change, man. I don't hate Sonic CD, and I don't think it's a disgrace. I don't think it's not a part of the classic Sonic era or should not be considered it. Hell, I even I think the Game Gear, the Sonic the Hedgehog Game Gear games should be a part of the classic Sonic family. I still have yet to beat those. I haven't beat a single one yet. I really liked Sonic 1 Game Gear / Master System game, Sonic Chaos and Sonic Triple Trouble. Those games are fine. I love them. But I'm not a big fan of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on Game Gear. No, I'm not. That game is... I might try to finish that one, but I never really got past the first boss. It was pretty tough stuff. But maybe one day I will. And for Sonic Drift, I haven't really played that one. I don't think I will. But yeah, classic Sonic era, you know, there's some good stuff there. You know, yeah, seriously. I mean, obviously, it's classic Sonic. Of course there's going to be. But do I like Sonic CD more than Sonic 1 and 2, like I mentioned before? No, not more than Sonic 2. I'm actually currently playing Sonic 2 again, and I'm like, yeah, I like Sonic 2 more. And I was saying how, like, the controls were, like, a bit, different. Okay, now what I mean by this is, like, for the most part, for Sonic 1, 2, for Sonic 1, 2, CD3, and Knuckles Chaotix and Mania, the controls are fine. The controls are fine, actually. The classic Sonic games, they all control great. Like, the controls are perfectly fine. But sometimes Sonic 1 might feel just you may not really ever realize it or really thought about it because, you know, you play the games in such a natural way. But, like, I do believe that. Like, Sonic 1 and 2 feel like maybe, like, 1%. Like, 1% off. Like, you can barely fucking tell it, but I think it's there. Like, Sonic 3 feels just right. Like, I never have an issue with Sonic 3's controls, or like a moment where Sonic lands on a platform and the control might you know, work against you for like a moment. But like with Sonic 2, there's times where Sonic might feel just a little bit too slippery. It's not very often when this might happen, or you might even not even fully see it, realize it, feel it, but you might though. It is there. So that's what I'm trying to say. And for Sonic 1, there's times where the control might just be a little bit too like stiffish. Like, not really though. Like, you have It's hard to explain, but I believe it's there. Last time I played Sonic 1, I barely even noticed it, but I still was like, yeah, these controls at times feel a little stiff because, well, it's the first of its kind. And Sonic 2 definitely got a little bit better, but Sonic 3 is like perfect. Oh my god, it does what Sonic 2 did and just advances it advances it tenfold. I love Sonic 3. So, okay, well that's for my Sonic 3 and 2 review. I will get to Sonic 2 at the end of the year. I'm not gonna release my Sonic 2 review video until November because that's when I want to do it on Sonic Tuesday when Sonic 2 originally came out. So I'm going to tell you guys that right now. But in the meantime, I might make the video sometime before November or October. I might make the video itself in the summer maybe, and then wait to release it in November. So that way I'm ahead of schedule and it's out, it's done, it can be out in time. Depends if I'm alive, depends how things go. So yeah. So stay safe, everybody. Hopefully this whole pandemic thing will be over soon. I just want to say that really quick, given what's going on. I know that's not what this video is about, but it does suck a little bit, so I just wanted to say that really quick. And I really hope that I can talk more about Sonic and Sega soon. I actually have another video coming up that I want to make about Sega, so I hope you guys like my video. I'm excited to do a Sonic 2 review. I'm excited to do a Sonic 3 review. I'm not sure when I'll release my Sonic 3 review. Sonic 3 actually came out the same year I was born. It did, 1994. So there's a little fun fact for you. My third favorite video game of all time. Yep, it did. So I think Earthbound, which is my second favorite game of all time, it came out the year after, 1995. That's right, yeah. So okay, so I will be making that soon. Choo Choo Sonic Warriors. This is it. This is all I want to talk about. Sorry for wasting your time, but thank you for watching the whole video if you did. Have a good one. Take care. Bye bye. Peace out. See you later. Bye, guys.